Right now, Egyptian security forces are in Cairo's Tahrir Square trying to break up a protest. Sinus Fred Plagin is there in Tahrir Square. He joins us now on the line. Fred, tell us about these clashes. What sparked them?
Well, it started, Aisha, when the military as well as riot police moved into Tahrir Square. It was about, I would say, about an hour and a half ago. And this was quite a swift operation because what they were trying to do is they were trying to tear down this tent city that was in the middle of Tahrir Square and obviously stop the protest that's been going on there for about 20 days now. So they moved in very swiftly with the huge forces. And looking around, I can see a large number of armored personnel carriers, a lot of soldiers, also Egyptian special forces are on the ground, riot police is on. And they're basically tearing down this tent city that had been sort of the centerpiece of Tahrir Square, where the protesters had things like Wi-Fi, had things like television, satellite television. Right now you can see the soldiers sort of tearing that down, breaking some of the stuff as well. Some of the protesters are sort of trying to get some of their belongings and get off the square as fast as possible. But it seems to us as though essentially the protest on Tahrir Square that's been going on for about 20 days now is now essentially over, as these people have been ousted from the square. There were some reports that there were pretty heavy clashes going on. Rock throwing was going on. There were also some warning shots fired, some people detained. Now, however, it seems as though the situation has cooled down and the military is now very much in control of the situation, Aisha.
Fred, who are these people that had taken root, as it were, in Tahrir Square for the last 20 or so days?
Well, I mean, these people were exactly the same people who essentially brought Hosni Mubarak to fall. These were people who were with the revolution here in Egypt. They were calling for deeper reforms that had been going on since Hosni Mubarak fell. Because keep in mind that at this point, this country is being governed by a military council. It's got a caretaker government in place, and many people just didn't feel that the reforms were going fast enough. So they occupied Tahrir Square several weeks ago. They said they wanted deeper social reforms. They wanted faster trials against the likes of Hosni Mubarak and his interior minister, for instance, also the sons of Hosni Mubarak. And they wanted police officers who had been implicated in killing protesters during the revolution to be brought to trial faster. So really, this was a very sort of the hardcore of the revolutionaries, if you will. There were several hundred of them. During the night, usually these protests billowed to about several thousand people. There were some protests along the way as well, but this was really the hardcore of the revolutionaries. And now it appears as though the military is saying that, yes, they've had enough at this point, and now they went in and cleared this square. Certainly, when you talk to people like the shopkeepers around Tahrir Square, they'll tell you they're quite happy that all this happened. But nevertheless, that protest that was going on there for, as I said, over 20 days, it did bring a lot of results for these protesters. The trial of Hosni Mubarak was definitely set up. The police announced that it would purge its ranks of about 500 high-ranking officers, including a lot of police generals. So there were a lot of things that these people actually did achieve. At some point, however, as we can see now, the military said that they've just had enough and have cleared the square.